Uganda Revenue Authority has been faulted on taxing employee salaries before the deduction of NSSF contributions. The Uganda Retirement Benefits Authority says the move greatly reduces the workers' monthly savings, with the NSSF contradicting government's aspiration of promoting a savings culture among Ugandans. But that's a topic to be explored next week. Welcome to Money Matters. Coming up on the show today, the pros and cons of having a dollar account, the exploited potential of Uganda's organic agricultural production, and the evaluation of the telecom regulator's response to dropping service quality. Even with its many challenges today, the construction sector still drives a lot of economic activity in the country. In fact, as more huge public infrastructure projects, especially in the energy sector, come on board, construction is expected to have a major trickle-down effect on the economy. How this is going to happen is the focus of this segment today.
Very good to have you on the show. Money Matters, sir.
Good to be here.
Very good. Now, I know you represent Hima Cement. Give us an idea what is happening at Hima Cement currently.
Well, Charles, at Hima Cement, we are excited about innovation at every opportunity to bring a better product at an incredible price, guaranteeing amazing value. We will continue to push these products out into the general market. So what's happening now is we've innovated around what we're calling bulk cement delivery. Historically, a lot of cement is bought in bags. If you wanted to build your house, you probably will have somebody deliver bags of cement to your building site. But now we're making the option available for you to embark on construction projects, and maybe if your house is big enough, you could even have a bulk tanker park at your gate. So what it is if you have it tends to work better with bigger projects. You can now receive cement in bulk delivery. Essentially trucks that carry cement.
I know for the fact that at the moment we have quite a number of major mega projects in the pipeline. Of course, we talked about Karuma, there's Usimba, then we hear about Katwe and all these other
standard gauge railway.
Exactly.
Yes.
How is this going to impact the construction industry and specifically, the cement subsector?
I think, and that's an excellent question. I think what we are seeing is evidence of strong growth in the economy. The way it's going to impact the cement industry in particular is that the demand for cement goes up. Because these construction projects, once they begin, they need a steady flow of supply. Typically, they are planning 4 years ahead. It's unlike building your own home or a smaller project. You can start when you run out of money, you first stop. You take 6 months break as you sort yourself out. Yes. With these projects, you can't afford to do that. Given your technical requirements, you must continue the work through to the end. So it is going to have an impact, and we think it's a positive impact on the economy and on the sector.
How is it impacting on your side in terms of investment? Well, I didn't want to say, have you prepared for this? Because I'm sure you've actually prepared for this. We are very fortunate to have taken a significant capacity increase 2 years ago. Our Renzori line is up and running, has been supplying the market consistently. As cement producers within the region, there is ample capacity to ably serve these mega projects. And we look at it very closely because of how important it is in our industry. And so we are ready. As Lafarge, we are very ready. Yeah. How much investment are we talking about here?
Let's just say in the regions of total investment, you're looking in the regions of 150 million.
We always hear, Uganda being land linked.
Yes.
Okay, some might
I
say
prefer
that
linked.
Yes. And of course, we have a number of our neighbors that are doing a lot of reconstruction work.
Yes.
Of course, before things went bad in South Sudan, we're seeing a lot of Ugandan producers or best producers exporting a lot that side. Eastern DR Congo, the likes of Rwanda and Burundi.
Yes.
How is it coming out, this particular aspect coming out for you in the cement industry? Because I know you are among the major players or major producers.
Yes.
Or manufacturers for that matter.
Yeah. The cement business tends to have two sides to it that are really critical. One is access to raw materials, and the second is access to markets. Our factory is located in Kasese, like I said, a smaller town of Hima, which is right next to Kasese. And because of the cost involved in extracting limestone, processing it to make cement, and then the cost of delivery, the economics of a manufacturing plant work best the closer you are to the plant. Okay? So you're right. We service Rwanda significantly from Kasese. We service Eastern DRC, towns of Goma, Bukavu, Beni Butembo, and Bunia to the north. And then we also support South Sudan. Okay. That's our catchment area. What we see in these markets in the medium term is we see growth. In Rwanda in particular, there is very strong government-led infrastructure development, which in the cement industry translates into growth. In Eastern DRC, we've come out of a very painful season of military disturbance. Yes. And as that peace settles, economic activity begins to accelerate, and we fully expect to be able to participate in that. And a similar comment for South Sudan. It's gone a bit quiet. Very recently we had some disturbance as well. It's been a bit unsettled. But as that nation settles, we shall be there to participate in their reconstruction and in the growth. The
timing was very wrong for South Sudan. I mean, when things got sour, because at the same time, or within the same period, we saw M23 this side in Eastern DR Congo. But then we are also emerging out of a slump of sorts because the real estate sector was not doing quite well. How did that impact you, or how did you manage to weather that storm?
It was very difficult because when the export markets begin to do badly, yes, you look internally to be able to meet your sales quotas, because it's not the way cement. We have a fully integrated cement plant. We are the only fully integrated cement plant in the country, and it's not quite like a switch where that you can switch off when demand is low and then switch it back on. No. The kiln runs consistently. Now, we service the market domestically in the absence of those volumes externally. Okay. When we had the real estate slump, we had to be better at distribution, and we deliberately worked with our partners, the dealers, to make sure that distribution penetrated right through to the smallest hardware shops, to make sure the product is available, and that kept us through the difficult season. We've seen a turn in the real estate market, which has impacted construction, and we anticipate that will continue in the medium term.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Sector players now say that among the host of constraints which require a joint strategy to iron out is government first tracking of the organic policy and promoting wide-scale certification of farmers. Uganda's exports of organic products will remain down at just 120 billion shillings in spite of the existing market opportunities worth over $500 billion.
Once the organic policy is effected, it would then support more production of chemical-free products by farmers and strengthen the economic gains from internal and external markets.
Now, if you have the products and they're not certified, you can't sell them to the world market. So we have demand which is coming in from the market. I told you about $250 million US demand, orders being placed. But we can only supply 45 because it's the only volume we can generate from the already certified farmers. So we can mobilize, the farmers already there, they're already mobilized, they're already producing organically, but they have to be certified. So we need to certify more farmers so that we can generate more products available, certified, which we can sell to meet this demand.
The Ministry of Trade and Industry on its part says that with the signing of the economic partnership agreements, Uganda now has leeway to maximize the European market.
It's a market. We'll be attaining markets for our goods. But what I would like to remind Ugandans that we need to start thinking of value addition. A lot of coffee has been going. A lot of fruits have been exported. But value addition now is the future of this country.
But the National Organic Agricultural Movement of Uganda, NOGAM, says the mantle still falls on identifying the country's core niche in order to shore up Uganda's competitiveness.
The United States, the other countries in Europe, they are far much higher than that. We cannot, however much we struggle, we will just swallow our resources and we still remain insignificant. So that's not an option. Organic is a real option because we can conquer the world. We have a strong natural comparative advantage. While other countries struggle to make organic, we don't have anything to do. We just have to mobilize ourselves. That becomes our unique selling point.
And as an avenue for growth, a host of local farmers, processors and exporters engaged in the organic trade are now opting to collective and gainful sales into the Western markets.
We are bulking like 7 companies producing one product like dried fruits and selling to one market. That's what we are doing. But as a solo producer, I can't certify any market here.
We need to do collective marketing as organic producers to see that we export in the same markets, but we work together. Not saying that all of us are competitors, but we need to work together.
In order to rally for more consumption of organic products in the country, national farmers' markets are also being emphasized.
It's how we can encourage as many people as possible, because I also realize that they do a lot of export, and I think it's not fair on us that many of the good quality products which are healthy are going out of the country, and we are busy eating things that are full of pesticides.
Uganda is reputed to hold a huge potential for the production of organics in what scientists cite as very low application of chemicals in the agro processes.
We have quite a lot of potential in Uganda, where we have very many different plants that play a role. For example, in fixing nitrogen, others accumulate important mineral elements like potassium and so on. So when those are incorporated in the soil, that are integrated in the farming system, they play a very big role in improving productivity.
There has been a general rise in telecom-related connectivity complaints among mobile phone users. Some have to do with dropped calls, while others rotate around poor network coverage, even in the capital city, Kampala. This week on Consumer Insight, we shared the views of consumers with Fred Otuno, the Acting Director, Competition and Consumer Affairs, Uganda Communications Commission.
Public outcry remains high over the quality of service by telecom firms that result into loss of credit and erratic inflow messaging that are costed. The sector regulator, Uganda Communications Commission, equally insists that congestion is affecting quality out of these networks.
I think the capacity of the networks to handle the volumes of traffic that they have, that go through their networks, and that brings in the element of not sufficient investment has been put in the upgrade of the networks. So the cells are overwhelmed by the volumes of traffic that come in. So that's when the congestion comes in, the drop calls comes in, and so forth.
It is the pain of consumers that seems to sink in deeper as they continue to receive unsolicited messages where they collectively lose huge sums of money in double charges.
There are times you receive messages, unsolicited messages, you receive messages telling you about love, marriage, I hear jobs, and those messages you've not asked for. They keep on deducting your credit. One time I received such messages, I kept on, it was after I called the whole customer care. I think I called for the whole night, and I gave them headache.
Uganda Communications Commission maintains that complaints are not being ignored and that it has instituted measures to block poor service delivery.
Come 21st of November, they should implement the following. 1, using code 196 for someone to opt out of if he doesn't want to receive messages. 2, they should implement the do not disturb register, whereby Malcolm, you could register. Like for MTN, you dial *175#, then the menu comes in. This is where do not disturb. So if you log in your number on that, then you should not be receiving any message at all, save for two things: the network notifications of upgrade and so forth. Other than that, no commercial or whatever message should come to you. So those who will be in the do not disturb register will actually have a claim now if they receive anything other than those two messages, and that is 21st of November. The directive will take effect. We have actually cautioned that we shall now not hesitate to invoke other punitive measures of one, withdrawing the shortcodes from them.
Internet usage is yet another platform from which concern is building up in respect to cheating.
And then about the internet bundles. Like last time, I activated like 50 MBs. I didn't even like Facebook or I didn't open any page, and my bundles had disappeared. When I called customer care, the guy told me that I've been using the internet. To check my balance, even the airtime that had remained, it had all been deducted.
And in case of any grievances, one can call the UCC toll-free line 0800 133911. But are consumers protected by law?
If it is a question of penalties, we have developed, which is yet to be approved by Parliament, a detailed schedule of penalties that will meet the different areas of breaches that we think once approved by Parliament, it will make it easy for us to apply specific penalties for specific offences. For now, the law is of a general nature, and it would not be easily applicable. For how much do you penalize for a dropped call for this specific offense?
With the inevitable foreign footprint or trade dealings, many companies and individuals find it important to hold bank accounts in foreign currency, for instance, a dollar account. In our Make Money segment this week, we explore why and when a dollar account is important for your business.
As business and business dealings increasingly become borderless, holding a foreign currency account is an option companies might increasingly use. Today we shall use the dollar account for purposes of illustration. When does a dollar account make business sense?
As long as you receive payments or earn incomes in dollars, it would make sense for you to have a dollar. Why? Because it allows you to receive your income, to receive your rents, to receive your fees, and to make payments without having to make a conversion. And only being able to make a conversion, or only allows you to make a conversion when the rates are favorable for you.
If your production inputs are usually purchased in dollars, then you might consider having such an account. Having such an account thus demands that you try to follow the trend of the exchange rate. But that will also depend on how you relate with your bankers.
The bankers, we are here basically to give you advice. If you have dollar payments, or if you have dollar receipts, if you're considering converting into another currency, that's when you call up the bank and ask, where do you think the dollar is going? Where do you think this currency is going? Is it the opportune time for me to change or convert? Is it not? You know, and that's where we now give you advice. We now come in and step in and tell you that hold on to your dollars maybe for a couple of for a month or two. Why? Because the dollar rate may be better.
Remember, since the start of the current financial year, there is a small tax levied on every time you convert currencies. And the bigger the transaction, the bigger the tax.
After being employed in a salon for 2 years and gaining the necessary experience, Deogracius, with the push from his clientele, decided to open up his own salon, which he has seen grow over the years. In this week's Entrepreneur, we delve into how he has since managed to make it work and the bigger dreams he has for his business.
Originally an employee in a salon, Deogracius decided that working for someone else was just not enough. With a nudge from his clientele and some savings later, he opted to take a chance and venture into starting his own business.
I was a worker. I was working in someone's salon, but I decided I saved my money. I saved my money like 2 years. I had like 25 million. So I got an idea of starting my salon, and it took like 1 year because the space I was looking for a nice place. So I started Brave Salon in 2010.
But as anticipated, unlike for most businesses, the beginning was not all smooth sailing.
Yeah, I started like 2 chairs, one sink. Yeah, because the money wasn't enough. I had a little money, and so I have to first look for more money. That's why you're saying it's okay.
On how he finally managed to get his salon business up and running, Deo Gracious credits one thing and one thing only.
When you have many customers, the way you care for them. First of all, for me, I make customers to be my friends, first of all, so I can work on one, bring me another one, go to them, just here like this. I have many in the bank, even anything I have some, yeah.
Despite the fact that he has now cultivated a good clientele base, like every other business, his salon has its fair share of hardships.
Challenges, competition is too much. These days there is fake products, but you have to look for nice products.
However, on how he addresses these challenges, Deo Gracious asserts that he opted to diversify into a wide product range to give him that competitive edge.
We do facials, we do the touch, haircuts for men, yeah.
When it comes to the financial management of his business, Deo Gracious took the unconventional route that is shunned by most businessmen, but it seems to work for him.
I work with my girlfriend. Yes, she is the cashier, so I trust her. Yeah, I trust her. That's why I'm the owner alone. I don't have any shareholders. Yeah.
Deo Gracious is a true testimony that with determination and willingness to put in the work, the sky is surely the limit. He moved from being employed in someone's salon to starting up his own Brave Salon, which has seen him expand into other things, and is now the proud owner of a farm in Chitagomba.
Let's now take a look at the latest from the financial markets. And that's it from us this week. Do join us next week, same time, same place. If you would like to reach out to us for a comment or opinion, do get to us on our Facebook page or drop us an email and we'll be sure to get back to you. Till next week, bye-bye.